want to thank our sponsors once again at GTA Restart with the Triple J. $500 cash when you drive home with the new Ford truck. Go to triplejguam.com and get free approved dates in the Subway. You got to refresh to be fresh. Micro Pack, don't miss a memory. Get the travel cameras and storage essentials at Micro Pack today. And Chili's really hard. And Chili's more life-great food and memories happen here. So we got the new stream up, right? Yes, okay. So here we go. And our first guest, thank you so much for the honor to be here on the video. And so their first time running for the legislature? Yes. Lillian Guerrero, thank you so much. Mr. Joe Ariola. Let's learn a little bit about yourself real quick, Ms. Lillian.
I am Lillian Opena Guerrero. I have over 30 plus years in employment and training. Retired with Department of Labor. I've done all facets of my career with the Department of Labor as an administrator, senior employment, non-employment service, fair employment practice, and the most accolade that I can brag about is the disaster unemployment, with 6,000 people losing their jobs that were adversely affected in the typhoon, and that was impacting postal launch of Typhoon shutdown. I also, after retirement, I decided to go into training, and I was also the employee relations with the Forest Support Department Reserve before Guam and CMI. I've also been contracted with the federal contractors in McLean, Virginia, providing their transition assistance program for military service members into civilian employment. My husband is a retired Command Sergeant Major, retired 30 years as the Green Beret. I also opened my business as called Pauly, Pacific Overseas Employment and Training. At 68, I decided to go back to school, use my husband's benefit, acquired my Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, and I'm pursuing my Juris Doctorate. If I prevail, I would try to continue on that education.
We can always, the journey of education never ends, right?
Never. Until 2032 to exhaust my husband's.
There you go. Heck yeah. Mr. Ariola?
Yes, great. Thank you, Pauly, for having me. To your Wave 105 listeners out there, buenas today. My name is Joseph Benny Damian Ariola, Tamizin Arab. Thanks for meeting my father's originally from Baragara. I'm a retired project manager, construction manager, compliance, estimator, safety officer. I also spent 14 years in the United States Army Aviation. I also taught at the Academy for Navy of Guam and at Guam Community College. My life has always been in construction, and especially in the quality control areas. I worked as a quality assurance analyst for a breakdown down at the Big Navy. And came back home after got out of the military with my wife and son. And this is home for us. This is it. 72 years old. And lots of friends and family are asking me, says, Joe, you're retired. You don't need this. You don't need the frustration. You don't need the aggravation from running for office. And I tell myself, no, it's going to be worth it. Whatever they throw at me, I can handle it because it's very, very important to me to be a part of cleaning up our island, getting the island on the right track.
Okay.
If we're not.
So I wanted to start there. We can just start there, Mr. Ariola. What are you seeing, and how do you see us getting on to the right track from your perspective?
This is where I'm going to get in trouble because normally
you're not going to get in trouble with us here.
Probably not here.
Maybe the FCC, but we'll control that.
Well, our government is broken, straight up. Okay, you know it, I know it, the people of Guam know it. Okay, there's too many promises being made, years after years, decades and decades that we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And some happened, some did that we could, that fixed and everything. And a lot is still broken. Okay? Our spending, our parts, and everything that I'm about to say is everybody in Guam knows it. okay, from infrastructure, the roads and everything, and we just discussed this over and over and over, years and years and decades, and I said, no, it's time to stop doing all this talking and start doing something. So I don't intend to blend in at all. If I see something that's not right, okay, I'm going to call it out. Okay? We have a lot of laws in the books. A lot of them is unenforceable. We don't need to continuously enact laws. Just look at what we have, amend it, throw it out, whatever, or enforce it. Okay? I've been looking at the law library from the courts, and there's laws in there that, why is this here? It's not doing anything. Nobody's enforcing it. It's useless. But then our legislatures spend all that time debating over something that cannot be enforced and it's not enforceable. We got to look at that. Okay. Enough of this games. It's just that's where I get in trouble again.
Well, I want to also give you the opportunity as well, Lillian, about the reasons why you felt it was important to run for the 39th Law Legislature.
Well, my decision to run is rooted and is a heartfelt commitment to our community and a genuine desire to make positive change and impact our people and the lives of our children and the next generation to come. I find it that I have to move my grandchildren to go off, to the United States to find better opportunity. And I listen a lot. And so, I feel that we need to prioritize our education. We need to ensure that we provide the education for our children for the next generation so they can compete in the global stage. And unfortunately, our children leave so they can get a better opportunity. And I'm sure that we could make Guam a better place to live. I live here. I love Guam. How many times I've left? I left, during my high school days. I left, during my adult days, and I still come back because there's no place like home. And as I'm running for senator, I want to make that change. Like I said, when I ran for mayor in 2019, I saw that rock that was never moved in Jigo, and a broken down trail that goes into the Gajanero. And to this day, that place still looks the same. The same token as, what are we doing now? How can we best use our expertise to make these changes? I mean, we complain about everything, but we don't have results. When I went to Alaska, my dog said, you want to go to empty the trash? I said, why? Is there something there that I need to see? She said, and so we did. She put the trash in her back of her SUV. We went to the trash area. I've never seen a place so immaculate. I mean, Alaska, they have all these drums, and people go there and they just offload their trash. And if they don't need refrigerator or all these drawers, they put them aside and people pick them up and resell it or repurpose it. I mean, our island is so small. We all need together, whether we're Democrats or Republicans. Whoever wins and prevails, we need to work together. We're gonna serve the same people. And just like my meeting today at the Guam Housing as a board member, I was asked by one of the board members, what are you gonna do if it starts with our children, the education? If you planted a tree and the tree is crooked and you don't try to help it go, become straight, it'll stay crooked forever. And that same token is we're on public assistance. If we're on public assistance and the generation to generation has not, cut that impulse of continuing to pay an economically disadvantaged, assistance, then, why should I change when I can get free food or free food stamps? I mean, when we have the welfare to work at that time to ensure that people go out there and find jobs. People need to be given the opportunity to find jobs that are equitable to their livelihood. I have a neighbor that they cut off their power and water because They can't afford the power and water. So what do? They just live without power and water. And so it's sad that our island is in this stage. We need to do better. And that's why I'm running, is to ensure the next generation will survive and to relieve the dirt.
So what are your thoughts on public safety and drug interdiction? Is that something that is going to be part of your policy bill? Introducing any bill to basically try to curb criminal activity?
I don't think we need to introduce more bills.
Okay.
We just need to work with what we have,
right,
and strengthen it, and provide the funding, the resources to these the officers, because they're doing a great job. They're trying to do the best they can with what they have.
Okay.
A couple of months ago, I think it was just last month, I testified down at Senator Chief Democracy's bill in increasing the fines for tampering with steel on the container, and increasing the fines from $25,000 to $100,000. I think $100,000 is not enough. I think $250,000. Okay. And the way I look at it, a $25,000 fine for broken steel. If there were drugs in there, I was just thinking about that after I walked out. I said, if there were drugs in there, I'll break that steel. I'll pay the $25,000 because I'll probably make $200,000 selling the drugs. Okay? So it needs to be enforced. Work with what we have, amend it, enforce it, and provide the funding. Okay? And where do we get that funding? We'll probably ask for grants from the federal government. I don't think our taxes alone and our local funds will be enough to fund them. Drug interdiction is very important here. As you can see on almost a daily basis, somebody gets pulled over, or they find a drug paraphernalia. It's too much. Now, according to the Attorney General, methamphetamine is actually a dime a dozen. It's the price has gone down, so that means the supply and demand, the supply's there and the demand is there. So we got to do something about it. We just can't continue to talk about it. We got to strengthen it, okay? And it takes us and the people and whoever the new legislatures are to come together, put some intestinal fortitude together and say, we're going to stop this once and for all, okay? Instead of, well, we can't do it this way, we can't do it. Yes, we can. We can do it. This is the United States, We can do it. Legally, we still can,
And Lillian, is that something on your platform, public safety in that regard?
Yes, public safety is one of my pillars. I feel that we should create a reform with the police department and see what is it that we need to change within the area of the drug situation. And we need to ensure that we give them the salary that is comparable to what they're doing in order for them to crack down on these drug situations. And I believe they're doing a good job, but I feel that the manpower alone is not there, and that we should find some mechanism to ensure that these drugs stop coming into our island. And like Mr. Ariola was saying, the Port Authority, if there is something that's fair, we need to crack down on that and have some transparency of how are these goods coming in and out of Guam. My main concern also is emergency management. I mean, that is my foremost priority right now.
Okay.
Because out of 19 villages, we only have 7 ambulances. 7. Mind you, I have this family member that needed to get to the hospital, and we waited for almost 30, 40 minutes because it's like a diversion. If Guam Memorial is full, they have to divert to GMRC. GMRC's divert is full, then they do a double diversion. And then, same token as the ambulances, first come first. First come first basis. So we have to wait for an ambulance to come down from Tahoe all the way to Chico. So I feel that we need to fund the emergency management and the police department for safety and for life. Because in the event that ambulance doesn't come, what happens? I don't want to say it, but you open the newspaper and you have people at 58, 68 are passing away. We have a half-filled newspaper of people that are passing away. And why are they passing away so young? You know? And I believe that we need to work on the emergency management and public safety. I don't think it's the personnel. It's the system. The system needs to change somewhere or the other. I don't know how old the system is that they have currently, but we need to revamp it and put some reform into it.
You mentioned the youth, right? And so is there, when we look at leaving the island, brain drain, when we look at workforce development, is there anything that you would like to implement? I understand that you don't think that we should introduce any more bills or whatnot, right? But how do we keep the youth here, and how do we provide them the skills so they can enter the workforce and be responsible citizens?
Well, right now you have community college working in the trades, vocational trades.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Guam Trades Academy. Okay. I also understand that through the Guam Department of Labor, they have apprenticeship programs,
Mm-hmm.
right? We need to, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're already starting at the high school level. For those that may not be college material, they're good with it.
Sure. Yeah.
So I've seen some students over at the Guam Contractors Association, and I believe they were taking these courses, whether it's in air conditioning and refrigeration, carpentry or sheet metal and everything. We should start there, okay? Because I think stuff is no longer offered in high school.
If there is, very rare, right?
Very rare.
It's a matter of funding to get the equipment, right?
When I was going to ask whose job was there,
unfortunately,
they didn't want to take any other job,
And so, I don't know if you watched the Guam Chamber of Commerce forum yesterday, but I agree with Lieutenant Josh Tenorio where he said, it's unfortunate because some of these classes that you're talking about are more like electives rather than actually getting you in there and preparing you to go from high school straight into the job, straight to being a carpenter. As soon as you graduate, you're an electrician. You're already paired with an electrical company, or maybe just GPA itself, right? Or how much it costs to hire an electrician for your house.
The GPA actually has apprenticeship programs.
Yeah.
And I think that the Guam Department of Labor, and I guess in conjunction with the Guam Trades Academy and GCC, would collaborate somehow to provide scholarships. So right after high school, this student, I don't know if I want to go to college, but I need to do something. Okay? So, hey, we'll enroll you at the Guam Trades Academy. Okay? You got a four-year program.
Yeah.
Okay? You complete the program. They'll do probably job placement, job assistance. If you quit on the fit, then you got to pay it back. You're wasting people's money.
Right.
That could be used for somebody that really wants to be an air conditioning technician or an electrician.
Right.
It's just a matter of our government and Guam Contractors Association, Guam Community College, just working together and saying, listen, this is what we can do, and I think it's going to work if we collaborate. Put our heads together, and there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of people that are smart here on the island, trust me. I'm not one of them, though. We can put it all together, and it can be done. It's just a matter of the will. Okay, are we willing to do this? Do we want to do this? Yes, Pauly. Everybody talks about keeping our people on island, keeping our youth on island. Let me ask you, turn this thing around now.
Sure, yeah.
What do you think has anybody done right now?
Well, I know that the university has opened up some of the schools, like School of Engineering, right? There are some possibilities there.
But then again, not all students, students
Right.
are engineer material.
This is true. Yeah.
And all of them can be great carpenters. You know, a lot of them can
Right.
be an expert electrician.
Right.
Not everybody can be an engineer. It takes special
Right.
person and mental capacity to be an engineer. I can't be an engineer. I break things.
Right.
Okay.
No, we know we have to create more opportunities. There's not as many opportunities available. You were talking about your grandkids, right? That you miss them, they left for opportunities. Yeah, I think that's something that we do have to do a better job at. I think it also just starts even younger, that we can even go younger than just high school. We can go down to middle school. We can get Department of Agriculture in the elementary. We can get the lawn contractors, right? I mean, there was this wonderful program with the National Guard where it was a STEM program. And we lost the funding for that. I don't know if we wanted to continue that funding. I don't know what happened. But it was a wonderful program with the National Guard, and it was introducing elementary students to STEM. And that program doesn't exist anymore.
We need to do better regarding federal programs. I mean, Guam has the opportunity to get federal programs. But when you get the federal programs, you need to account for every dollar that you spend on the program. And as for the youth, I feel that the Department of Labor is doing a good job, and also the GCC. But we need to, like you said, start from the junior high level and put some incentive to these youth, and together with the public-private partnership. Now, if the youth starts early and decides to want to go into culinary, let's start from there and give them an incentive, get the training. I mean, giving them a certificate. No one wants a certificate. I mean, what can a certificate do?
Did you ever go to a graduation recently? You know, when they're like they're mentioning right after their like what they I forget what it's called, but it's something like work keys, right? Platinum or bronze or you know what I'm talking about? Right when they announce their name, they graduated from public school and they say work keys, bronze or whatnot or something.
They utilize that different program.
Right. Yeah. Not a lot of platinum. So what is that saying? It's saying that there's a program that exists, but I don't know. There's a gap.
No mentorship. The mentorship, the training, and the encouragement to get our children to compete with the global stage. You know, the certificate is fine, but you need to have that hands-on training in order for you to compete as well. You know, and I think I really feel it starts with junior high. I mean, in the past, when we were going to school, we didn't have that opportunity. We have a lot of opportunity with this day and age with AI, you know, computers, and all these young millennials that are running for senator. I feel like I'm taking back. I said, what did you say again? I mean, you know, I said, yeah, I'm going to hit 70, but the things that they talk about is sometimes foreign.
So I would say for both of you, I mean, you're already over 70, right? And you're almost 70, but I have to just congratulate both of you for taking this opportunity, right? I mean, because you two are new faces that are putting yourself out there for the public as public servants. And so I kind of wanted to get into that too, but I think we'll take the break. Somebody says, I think it's Dave, as a fellow candidate, I must say I like Mr. Arreola's similar mindset in many areas. Mr. Arreola as well, wishing all candidates in all races the best. If you got any more comments, please send them our way. If you got questions too, feel free to call 671-922-1051. But we're going to hang out with them for at least another 30 minutes. And so feel free to call in as well and engage with our candidates. This is Wave 105.
The Constitution is America's foundational document that every U.S. citizen should know. It establishes rights, responsibilities, and governmental duties. This knowledge isn't just for politicians, but for us as everyday Americans. Citizens need to understand what the Constitution says and live in it, because it protects our unalienable rights, rights no one can take away or infringe. Without knowledge of our constitutional rights, we will fail to realize when they are violated.
Liberty. It's an American thing from AmericanThing.org.
I'm a micro monster running around in your plastic water bottle. I can't wait to swim in your bloodstream soon.
Microplastics are micro monsters.
Drink me. What are you doing?
But you can fight back by using glass or metal reusable water bottles.
No!
Don't let microplastic micro monsters invade your body. Find more ways to fight back at stopmicromonsters.org.
Every 16 seconds, an American receives a cancer diagnosis, and every minute of every day, another person loses their life to cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer has set a bold goal to make early-stage detection an essential part of standard of care for all cancers. So often, if cancer is detected early, the chance of long-term survival is 90%. So if we all support cancer research, more than 2 million lives can be saved in the next decade. So join the mission to help save lives today at standuptocancer.org.
The road to Adelaide is in full swing. We recently spoke with Democrat candidates, Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio and Senator Tina Maria Barnes, to learn more about their vision for home. Catch the full conversation that took place on May 26th on the Wave 105's YouTube channel. This is a glimpse of Lawn Radio Station.
Four in the afternoon, and right about now, once again, double time, we check in the traffic. We have to move forward along the Guam Auto Spot. Next to the Suba standing by. Oh, yeah, there are more and more people on the roadways now. Heavy congestion along Marine Corps Drive, especially in ICC and the village of Donkey. And then Route 28 coming towards one extension place. In the capital, not mild delays right around East Park, and then continuing to head up towards Mania. Once you get up the hill, though, it's not too bad. Traversing through the causeway, and then also where Route 10 is going for me. That's nice and easy for you. Things will start to pick up, continue to watch out for each other on the roadway. Again, as we move forward on the Friday afternoon, is Guam Auto Spot. Right about 478 Auto. You can hear me on the website at guamautospa.com.
So the warrior faces adversity. He fights strong. That is a way. Faith isn't free. So strong. Believe. Believe you can and you will.
Wheelchair for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairforwarriors.org.
Half City and Detailing offers premier services from complete interior cleaning and VIP detailing. Keep you cool, House also offers factory, ceramic, rock stars, and basic-proof auto fixtures. For more information, call 647-SLAM.
KGUNFM, Denver, photography, and this is Wave 105.1 FM, a Glimpses Media Radio Station. Welcome back to the show, 4:36 in the afternoon. You are currently listening to the BrightSide with our kickoff segment, Beyond the Valley. Standing by, Mr. Pauly, Suba, one of you. All right, so once again, we are in studio with Lillian Guerrero and Joe Ayala. And so, you know, you really got my attention to that it can be difficult running for the very first time. And so I wanted to ask you, for our audience, you know, why give Lillian Guerrero a chance to be in the 39th Guam legislature?
Well, giving Lillian Guerrero a chance is Guam needs representation, but our community needs to ensure that there's confidence in us, also integrity, and also dedication, and also qualified enough to run for office. And I'm not here as a career politician, but it's difficult to run when you're running with name recognition. I mean, name recognition goes a long way. It gives us a fresh perspective as new candidates that are running. We put our foot in the door because we ensure that we want to make some changes. My slogan is Rise for Change. Tanatsu. Tanatsu means rise. And making these changes that can be betterment for Guam for the next generation. I mean, we see children right now that are suffering with parents that are inflicted, whether they abuse, drugs. I just can't believe that in this day and age, Guam has 700 children that are fostered with the Harvest House. I don't think we've ever seen that much children in the past growing up. We've always had extended families to take care of children. But I think it has gone too far to try to help these people. But we need to ensure that these children are taken care of. I mean, 700 is a lot of children that are being fostered and still need foster parents. You know, and back to the name recognition. Give us a chance. How can we best serve you for the next 2 years? Look at what we can offer and look at our qualifications. Because whether it be a Republican or Democrat, we're going to serve the same people on this island, whoever presents. Give us a chance to show you that we can do better for the next 2 years.
Mr. Ariola, same question. Why give Joe Ariola a chance to serve in the 39th?
Well, I actually mentioned it earlier in the introduction, but our government is broken. It's absolutely broken. But that doesn't mean it's irreparable. We can repair it. Mm-hmm. The right people in office, the passion to do it, the heart to do it, commitment to do it, and that's the kind of people that we need in there. Mm-hmm. I wrote an article, and it was published in the Guam PDN, and it's really funny because every election since I've been back, people say the same thing over and over. We need new faces. We need new blood. We need new people that care for the island. We need people that we can trust. But then when you have these new faces come in, who's this guy? Or who's this girl? Or another wannabe senator. Just after unemployment. He's only looking out for himself, or looking out for their party, or looking out for the business people. They don't know the candidate, especially when it comes to the name recognition. They don't know these people. They don't know the candidate. They fear the person down before they even start. Sorry, unfair, but understandable. Okay, human beings, human nature. Okay, we don't accept things that we don't understand immediately, so we find other ways to justify our feelings about it. Okay? I'm a new candidate, and I've been reading a lot on Facebook and everything because the social media is very powerful, and I got personal haters. But whatever I write, there's something wrong. You know, I wrote another article in the PDN, and somebody wrote, "Well, it's election year, so it's just politicizing this thing." I've been writing articles in the PDN and Pacific Times and on daily posts and everything before I even thought of running for office. Now that I'm running for a senator, all of a sudden it's, well, he's just doing that for gaslighting the people, politicizing everything. I've been doing it before I even decided to run. You know, why wasn't it criticized back then? You know, so that's not going to stop me. Right. In fact, a lot of people. I got to tell you this. Do you have time?
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny, actually. We were at a wake this morning in Leo, our GOP party, and it was a great turnout. Okay. We had the candidates there. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw this lady, I guess it was out for the morning walk, coming straight to me. I have to defend myself here or something? I mean, like, do I straight? And she goes, are you Mr. Ariola? I said, yes, ma'am. He goes, I wanted to shake your hand and say that I love all your articles and continue to write it. And that got me. And I'll be like, okay, that's great. Okay, so there are people that appreciate the opinions that I write, the op-eds that I write. And then there are people who say, he's just doing that because he...
I'm in talk radio too, so I get it also. So, I can relate, sir.
But, when you're a newcomer, before you even start, you're already hated. Before you...
Well, I wanted to ask, and I'll start with Lillian, right? So, can you remember the exact moment or maybe policy that was made that said, you know what, I'm going to run now? And it could be even a good, it could even be a bad. I just trying to get inside your thought process. Was there a specific moment when you said, you know what, I'm running?
Well, I feel that the policy that we currently have regarding the Tomorrowland Trust and giving that property to people that really need it is kind of mind-boggling, because there's so many areas that need to be improved. And people are still waiting for those properties that they lined up for. And how they distribute it is a first-come, first basis, but I feel like there's preferential probably. I'm not sure if there's a way to get that property, but when I see someone on a Tomorrowland Trust and then they rent it out to another ethnicity, what does that tell me? What happened to the people that lined up at 4 o'clock in the morning to obtain what is rightfully, theirs, to afford them the opportunity to get that property? It's kind of mind-boggling. How can someone obtain a Tomorrowland Trust and then rent it out to another ethnicity and make a business out of it? I don't know what the regulation is regarding enforcement, but I really feel that is unjust.
Understood. No, we'll get to that question, but I do want to give our audience a chance because he called in. And so go ahead. Our candidates, they have their headphones on so they can hear you, sir.
Okay, I am Ariola and Lillian.
Affidavit.
I love what you guys got to say, man. You guys been a long way, and it sounds like you guys got the expertise that Ariola said to, like a broken reed, get it fixed and get it going. It was supposed to have been long time ago. I don't know why it's like that, but their guess is as good as mine. Well, then, I don't know if you still with, what's the name of the public health?
Public health? I don't know, we're retired to the Department of Labor, Senan?
Weren't you up there with Brett retiring at the director's office?
No. I never worked for public health. I've spent 25 years of my career with Department of Labor Unemployment Service as administrator, and also with the Senior Employment Program with Department of Labor.
Yeah, anyway, I grew up with you down in the village of Dedder with your brother Albert and Pete.
Oh, how's this thing?
I'm in a control. Remember me?
Hold on.
It's been a long time, and let me tell you, your credentials speak for itself.
You
have a question? We need people like him in there who wants to go in there and fix things that should have been done a long time ago. But anyway, I wish you guys the best of luck. Don't worry, you got my vote. And once we get in there, let's get this island going and moving and on the right direction where it should have been long time ago.
I'm honored.
Thanks for the phone call, Kajiko.
You guys have a nice weekend.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. If anybody has another statement, comment, or question, we still have time. And so, Joe, I wanted to ask you, was there, maybe you were writing an op-ed and then you said, you know what, or maybe you're watching the public hearing. And at what point were you, when you said, if you can remember, I'm running for the 39th Guam legislature. Was there a specific moment or policy that?
No, no specific policy or event. It's just that we need people that have the intestinal fortitude to do the right thing.
So you're not seeing that in the current legislature?
No.
Okay.
You know, it is not at all. Not at all. Right? Yes, we'll get some bits and pieces passed and everything, right? But for the past several years, it's just been downhill. The entire government's been downhill for the past 7.5 years that we're going. It's tomorrow. Sto extended in the negative after the Delta. He's so persistent. So it will take me that I will not bend. I am not there to blend in. Right? I'm there to make the impact that, hey, you still Guam, you still have people that really care for our island and our people. And one of them right now is talking to you.
Well, let's talk about the makeup of a 39th Guam legislature, right? And so, I mean, you've already talked about how it doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, but if the Democrats get the majority, is there a committee that you would want to have oversight over?
I would like to have oversight with where my strong points are. I mean, strong credentials are, which is the Department of Labor.
Okay.
But also I have the life of the law.
Okay.
And I don't mind being part of the committee for law enforcement.
Okay.
Obtaining my degree in criminal justice. I've done a lot of writings and paperwork throughout my studies, and I feel that maybe that could be attributed to helping, the law enforcement in that arena. And so, yeah, those are I think, two committees that I'm much interested in, where I have the strongest attribute to.
And Joe, the Republican Party keeps the majority. What committee would you like to oversee?
I would like to work in the mass transit. I know I can fix that one. I know I can fix it. And we got experts that we can rely on and call on, and they'll say, hey, listen, we'll help you. We have subject matter experts like Hawaii, the bus. It is one of the most efficiently run bus systems in the United States. Yeah. And we can learn from them. But I think some of us are just too proud to ask for help. I'm not. I need help. I'm going to see the SME and say, hey, listen, man, I need your help here. Help me make this better. Help our mass transit system better. I hear complaints from the Manukas to the handicaps. They wait for the bus and it doesn't show up. Okay, or it's late. They miss their place. Guam is not that big. It's only 30 miles. You know, it's not that many roads. You got one Marine Corps drive from Anderson all the way down to Big Navy. Then here's to the left to Agate. Okay, it's not all that big, and it's not. Using the right system is called computerized management system. We can plan and implement this thing. We have, I still don't really agree with it yet, or believe in it, and it's called AI.
Okay.
I don't know how good that is yet, because I don't use AI. Okay. I'm still old-fashioned, but should I be able to manage the government mass transit system, then I would definitely be using AI to help manage it. And with the advice from subject matter experts.
Okay. Understood. A lot of the talk recently is procurement is broken. And so when you're going to be talking to agencies a lot. You're going to be assisting them. You're going to be introducing bills to empower them. You're going to be holding oversight hearings, and we saw many of those, right? And so, again, if it is with public safety or if it is with Department of Labor, what kind of bills do you see you can introduce, or are you going to outright, look to have some oversight? How will you work with these agencies to assist them to be more productive?
Well, I would like to first I would like to take a look at their organizational chart and their staffing pattern and their budget. And then from there, solicit the key people in that particular department to give me an idea and oversight as to, what makes that department work and what doesn't. And if they're failing in this, whether it be procurement or whether it be salaries and benefits, or whether it be what is it in their whole department that needs to be addressed. I feel that the procurement process alone, there were so many challenges with procurement. I see it because when I was attending school, I would sit at the Civil Service Commission board. My husband was a Civil Service Commission board member, and I would see all these employees that in and out of the Civil Service Commission because either they were terminated or whether they were given an adverse action. And some of the things that go through that agency is that the procurement process is so convoluted. It's just, it needs to be streamlined. For whatever reason, there's no other answer for that. If the bidding is less than 5,000, then it's less than 5,000. And whoever provides the smallest amount that wins the bid, they should provide that bid. And then the problem is that they counteract and they challenge the bid, and then overall, like Simon Sanchez, we're still on the waiting mode where, the kids are suffering at this point where we cannot move forward and get that school done. I mean, where I live, I see the kids get up at 5 in the morning, and when I come home, and they're coming home at 6 p.m. in the evening. And I ask them, how do you feel about what's happening? He says, we want to go back home. We don't have time to talk to our friends afterward. When we eat dinner, we have to do our homework. So, mind you, these kids are given that stress factor. How do we expect them to achieve, in high school when they're having to deal with these stress factors? So, I feel that the procurement probably needs to be reformed or overhauled, to ensure that there's transparency. And why is it that it takes so long to get these agencies their stack of papers?
Don't blame the procurement process as to why they have excess revenue and they couldn't fulfill, all of their goals and initiatives with the funding within the fiscal year. And then they'll ask, can we keep that revenue for the following year?
Right. But with the federal grants, like Department of Labor, they have the Whitener Price Act. If you don't use it, you lose it. And there's matching funds. With Department of Labor, you have federal funds matching the local funds. If you don't use it, you lose it. Or by coming September, we have a birthday party and try to put everything in and start saying, oh, we need this, we need that, and push some to shove, we don't need it, and you have 10,000 stack of books that none of the kids even read.
Right. And Joe, I wanted to ask you, I wanted to also give you time. Don't think that we have to rush. Just anything else that we might have missed. But Joe, I did want to ask you the same question, whether it's with mom transportation, or are you going to, any policy empower them? What are your thoughts on the procurement? Because we talk about that too. I mean, specifically on mass transit, the buses are stuck in procurement.
It's not as easy the way it sounds. It's gonna take a lot of work.
Okay.
But more importantly, I think when the procurement comes along, I think we need to empower the OPA, Office of Public Accountability, empower him or her, whoever wants to provide them the resources they need, to do these audits. Right now, I think the director, DJ Cruz, has got his hands full. He needs help. And how do we help him? Resources and manpower, so that they can complete these audits in time. Waiting for documentation for $22.5 million, I believe, for 2 years. Okay. ridiculous. If I was the oversight chairman there, I'm going to get in trouble for this. There's one tool the Guam legislature has that they don't use, okay? And that's the subpoena power. They don't use them because you're going to fall out of grace from the entire island. You're going to probably subpoena the governor's first cousin or brother-in-law or whatever, and then you're going to run into him and pay less. And subpoena power is very strong. Okay? But even if the director leaves that position, the subpoena follows that director until the director provides the answer as mandated by the courts. Okay, so no matter where he goes, you can quit, resign, whatever you want, you still got an answer. That's the most powerful tool the legislature has. They don't use it, and I understand why. Guess what?
You're going to use it.
Somebody's not afraid. I got nothing to lose. What can they do to me? Hate me? That's fine. It's okay. But that hate I would take in exchange, the people of Guam will be better. Enough is enough. Let me tell you a story real quickly. My son, we were talking, and he goes, Dad, if you make it in there, can you make sure that you guys leave something for me and my generation and your grandkids? Because the way it looks at it now, your grandkids ain't going to have anything. I'm not going to what are you talking about, grandkids? So maybe there's one along the way, right? But no. So that really hit me. Can you leave something for your grandkids? Because my son's 30 years old. And he's thinking that, he's going to have kids later on, I don't have grandkids. But there'll be nothing for them here in Guam if we don't fix it now. That got me. That motivated me more to push this.
KGUM-FM in Denver, Guam. And so if there's anything that you'd like to share with our audience, we have your information. I have your information as well, Joe. And we'll continue to share that. But I just wanted to give you the opportunity in case we don't have this opportunity again before August 1st to share that with our audience now.
Hakare Guam, Guaho Sihanan Garao, Malalago Pasanadora, Lunura Dos, Gibalotu Democrat. Hakare Guam, my name is Lillian Garao. I'm number 10 on the Democrat ballot. My mantra is, how can I best serve him? How can I best serve you? And make a difference in someone's life. Take a look at the candidates. How can they best serve you for the next 2 years? And also, ensure that when you take a look at these candidates, just don't take a look at their names. Take a look at their qualifications and what they can bring to the table. Here's my offering. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless everyone.
Good afternoon, Guam. My name is Joseph Benny Damian Ariola. I'm number 4 on the Republican side of the ballot. So I'd like to humbly ask you for your vote, your support, and your vote on Saturday, August 1st, 2026. Incidentally, the early voting starts July 17, I believe. 7? And it went for the 28th. So, and last night we had a meeting. I attended a meeting, and I was informed that you can actually register and vote on the same day during election time. So for those who can't make it, there's also, you can vote register online. And that's the easiest way to do it. An ID card, and you don't have to waste your gas or travel anywhere. Again, my name is Joseph Ariola, number 4 in the Republican ticket, Republican side. I humbly ask for your vote.
Thank you so much. We appreciate both of you coming in. And so I really do thank you both for having the courage to run for public office. It is not easy. Especially you have family, you're retired, you really have no real reason to except for your conviction and your passion for the island of Guam. And so with that, that you deserve so much respect. for putting your name out there to run. Because like you said, you have your haters and whatnot, right? You're getting scrutinized, constantly. And so you deserve so much respect, and you absolutely have mine. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Pauly. So this was
Right. 5:03 in the afternoon. We'll take the break.
Love your show, Pauly. Love your show.
Wave 105.9. The Talk Show, a Todd Glimpses media resource. AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. Unemployment has been pushing for survivors to reach the level of collapsed buildings. The U.S. among a number of countries responding. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian